On June 27, 2025, Norway's Supreme Court delivered a landmark verdict in the Fosen case. Sámi youth activists were acquitted after peacefully occupying the Ministry of Oil and Energy, affirming their right to protest for indigenous rights. The conflict began over wind turbines built on traditional Sámi reindeer herding land in Fosen, central Norway. For the Sámi, reindeer herding is a central part of their culture and identity. The government's approval of wind turbines was seen as a violation of Sámi rights. The Supreme Court's decision was about more than protest. It was about defending culture when it's under threat. The court found the youth's peaceful protest was protected by Norwegian and international law. This verdict is a major victory for Sámi youth, but the wind turbines at Fosen still run and the cultural harm continues. The fight for justice is not over. The Sámi youth protest was born from frustration after years of inaction. In October 2021, Norway's Supreme Court ruled the Fosen wind power plants violated Sámi rights. Yet nothing changed. The turbines kept spinning and the government did nothing. For over 500 days, Sámi communities waited for justice, feeling ignored. This silence pushed Sámi youth to act. In February 2023, they, joined by climate activists, peacefully occupied the Ministry of Oil and Energy in Oslo. They yoiked the ancient Sámi songs, held banners, and demanded the government honor the Supreme Court ruling. Their sit-in lasted days, drawing national and international attention. The message, indigenous rights cannot wait. The protest was about respect, dignity, and the future of Sámi culture. The youth reminded the government of its promises and the rights that must be protected. The Fosen case's roots go back to the Supreme Court's October 2021 judgment. The court found wind turbines at Fosen violated Sámi rights under Article 27 of the ICCPR, which protects minority cultures. For the southern Sámi, reindeer herding is a way of life and identity. The turbines made traditional herding impossible in large parts of Fosen, a clear breach of their rights. Despite the ruling, the government did not remove the turbines, fueling anger and protest. The gap between legal victory and real change drove Sámi youth to risk charges for their stand. Justice in court did not mean justice on the ground. After the protest, Sámi youth were charged with trespassing and refusing to leave a government building. The case moved quickly from the protest site to the courts. The district court found their civil disobedience was peaceful and protected by freedom of expression. The government appealed, sending the case to the Court of Appeal and then the Supreme Court. At every stage, the focus was whether peaceful protest for indigenous rights could be punished. The youth argued the government's failure to act on the 2021 ruling left them no choice. On June 27, 2025, the Supreme Court upheld their acquittal. Norway's highest court agreed. Peaceful protest in defense of indigenous rights is not a crime. The Supreme Court's decision is a major win for Sámi youth and indigenous rights. It confirms that peaceful protest for fundamental rights is protected by law. The activists inspired many, but the struggle is not over. The wind turbines at Fosen still operate. Reindeer herding remains disrupted. The human rights violation that the demonstrations made the Prime Minister admit persists. The Supreme Court did not explicitly order the turbines' removal, and the government has yet to deliver real justice. Legal victories don't always bring immediate change. The Fosen case highlights the gap between law and reality. Justice is about more than courtrooms. It's about respecting rights in daily life. The acquittal is a step forward, but as long as Sámi land rights are ignored, the story isn't finished. Justice is not complete until the rights and dignity of all people are fully respected.